Welcome guys to the first video battle report for the Battle of Rophanon Kill Team Deathwatch Campaign. That's a mouthful. So I'm just going to go over the landscape here and the terrain setup. So over in this corner here, you have a destroyed drop pod that was shot down from the sky. So this is Mission 01 Skyfall. So the strike squad that was in here, those 4 Marines there, which I'll introduce shortly, were shot down from the sky in that drop pod. So the Inquisitor that sent them down is in the atmosphere, outer atmosphere in one of their frigates, and deployed the drop pod. So all the way across here, to the far corner there is the Icarus las cannon. That there shot them out of the sky. So Mission 01, the objective is for the Deathwatch team to make it across the board and eliminate last cannon. You'll see dice sitting behind some of these models here. That just represents that they're actually hiding. So they can't do anything while hiding, but yet they can't be targeted by shooting. There's many different rules during this campaign that you'll see during the game. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment and post, or you can look up the Heralds of Ruin rule set, and you'll probably be able to find your answers there as well. So I'm going to come back, I'm going to introduce the characters and the players that are playing them, and we'll continue from there. So introducing first is the Tactical Marine. I believe, is he from
Ultramarines?
Okay.
This is Arius.
This is Arius. So Ian, can you explain what all Arius has?
Arius is fairly standard in his loadout. He's got bolt pistol bolter, standard power armor, frag and crack grenade. I've increased his weapon and ballistic skill by 1, and his initiative by 1 as well. So those are all at 5. He has tactical doctrine, inspiring presence, and I've given him special rules of dauntless and firing charge.
Awesome. Can you explain what those rules are? Do you recall those off the top of your head?
Firing charge allows him to shoot and charge in the same round that he fires rapid fire weapons.
Okay.
But he loses his +1 attack.
Okay.
Dauntless, I have to look up again.
Okay, that's fine. Inspiring presence. What that is basically it's something that tactical Marines get right off the bat. It's a 12-inch bubble where if they make their leadership test, everybody else will also make their leadership test when they're broken automatically instead of rolling separately. So that's that. We'll come back with the Dauntless rule when it comes into effect. Then you have over here another character that Ian's using. It's the Dark Angels Librarian, I believe. And who is he?
This is Fenwell. He has Pyromancy as his
main discipline.
Main discipline, yes.
Okay.
He's taking Flame Breath and Fiery Form.
Okay.
Again, he has weapon skill, ballistic skill increased. He's up to 10 leadership because he is a librarian, and that's one of the bonuses.
Yep.
He has a 4-sword bolt pistol, standard power armor, frag and crack grenade. He has drop and roll, which makes him inflammable, and he has Pyromaster, which increases his ability to set other people on fire. So,
which is always nice. And just so you guys are aware, when they say frag and crack grenades in the Heralds of Ruin campaign rule set, the frag and crack grenades aren't unlimited amount of them. You get 1 of each unless you actually purchase using requisition points further grenades. So I'm going to come back and introduce the last 2 characters of this strike squad. So coming back with the 3rd character of the strike squad, Darren will be playing the 3rd and 4th characters this campaign session. And so first is going to be an Iron Priest, or Tech Marine. Iron Hands Tech Marine, there you go. And so what all does he have?
He has a Combi Plasma and Servo Arm with Power Armor and Frag and Crack Grenade. He has the Flesh is Weak, which gives him 6 up, Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
Machine Empathy and Blessing of the Omnissiah. And he's taking Catfall and Diver, which is just basically going to help him stay alive a little longer.
Yep.
Catfall reduces his damage from jumping down, and Diver increases his, or allows him to get up from go to ground without penalty.
Awesome. And Darren's second character is actually is the Apothecary? White Scar's Apothecary?
White Scar's Apothecary.
Awesome.
So he's got the chainsword, power armor, bolt pistol. He has 2 frag grenades and 2 crack grenades and an arthesium.
Yep.
He's taken Sprinter, which will increase his running, and Grenadier, which gives him a 12-inch range for throwing grenades versus the standard 8.
Awesome. So that is your strike squad for today's session. What I'll be doing actually with the strike squads, instead of having a set strike squad, I know people in the community are going to be coming and going. So what I did is there's multiple strike squads on this planet that are in radio communication with one another. So what will happen is if players can show up one week but not another, the week that they're here, that they'll come from one strike squad over to the other and join them in for the game, and then after the session, if they can't make it the next one, they'll return to their original squad. So that way you might actually see different characters during the missions to come, and you'll see these guys all grow, gain requisition points, new abilities, stats, things along those lines. So we're gonna get into the game. Hope you like it, and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, so we have finished the Deathwatch strike team's movement. So they just moved from where they were outside of the destroyed drop pod there, and moved as far as they could into terrain and around it, skirting it. So instead of the regular roll 2d6 for difficult terrain, what we're doing is we're actually going and putting having the movement be half movement through area terrain, difficult terrain, stuff like that. So instead of moving 6, they'd move 3 if they started in difficult terrain, such as those 2 Marines over there. So everything's counted as half for difficult. So that's where they ended up after the movement. So we're going to go into the psychic phase. Psychic phase for this campaign, instead of d6 psychic dice, you actually get d3 plus your mastery level. So I'll have Ian roll for his librarian right now. So he's getting 3 psychic dice plus his mastery level of 1. So 4 warp charges in total. So Ian, what are you going to do with him?
I'm going to try and manifest fiery form.
Okay.
And I will use 2 dice.
Awesome. Give me 1 sec. That's for the rep. Alright, so here's Ian's roll for fiery form. So 1 success. I'm going to use 2 dice. The Rebellion is going to use 2 dice and see if they can cancel it out. No chance, so it goes off. Are you doing anything else, or is that it?
That's it for now.
Alright, so that's it. Do you have shooting? Anybody have shooting that they're going to do? So the Arius, the Ultramarine there, with his bolter, will be shooting over towards the front rebel over there. So we'll have Ian roll to hit. No.
2 is
yeah.
BS 5.
That list skill 5, that hits. All right, go ahead. So need 3s for wounding. Nothing.
1.
All right, so no assault phase this turn. So we'll come back after rebel movement. After rebel movement here, these 3 people are starting to charge up. Only 3-inch move, again, due to the fact that they are going through difficult terrain in the woods. You have some rebels over there that are moving through the mountainous area towards the strike squad, slowly making their way across. There is no psychic phase for them, but there is going to be shooting, so we'll come back once we find out what's happening. That was a very fast shooting phase. Nothing happened because none of them were in range of their targets at this point in time. So we'll come back after the strike team. Deathwatch Strike Squad's movement phase has been concluded. They're rushing through the trees there with the Tech Marine, the Apothecary, and the Ultramarine Tactical Squad, or Tac Marine, and then you have the Librarian over there. The rebels up there are slowly inching their way forward, but I think they have to take this round of fire. So we'll come back with shooting, or psychic, sorry. Okay, so psychic phase. We're gonna see what happens here, how many warp charges the librarian receives. So 1 plus 1, 2 in total. So what's he gonna be attempting to manifest?
I don't think I have range for flame breath, so I'm gonna go for fiery form again.
Fiery form, alright.
Use 2 warp charges.
And no cancel. So goes off. Let's go into the shooting phase. So who's gonna go first here?
I think I'll step in.
Okay. So who are you firing at? The rebel over there. All right. So the tech marine hiding in the cover there is gonna be going and shooting at the front rebel. So here's his roll. Well, hits. So you need 3 to kill him.
Roll again.
And that's a kill. He has no cover save. His armor is ignored, so he is just removed from the board. Who's next?
Librarian's gonna take a shot.
Okay. Librarian probably gonna go at the front guy there.
Range at the guy in the back.
Oh,
Yes,
the guy
I do.
in the back. All right. So let's see what happens. We'll pistol it up. It hits. And it's a kill. So that guy there has been killed. Anybody else shooting?
Attack Marine's gonna rapid fire.
Okay, so rapid fire now. Are you gonna hit the same guy twice? Because in this, there is a special rule that allows you, if you're rapid firing, one shot has to hit your primary target, and then all your other shots can hit other people within 3 inches, other enemies. So if there's a group of people that are close knit, you rapid fire. It's sort of like an area effect, right? Because it's model per model. So you could hit your primary enemy, let's say that front rebel over there, but there's one back in the trees. As long as you have line of sight on him, he's within 3 inches of the other rebel.
Can we pre-measure his distance?
Yeah, measure away. It's just like any other 40k game. You can measure, see his range and stuff. Yeah. I'd give it to you. I think it's just
I'll give it a
making
shot.
All right.
Make the first guy.
And you can choose, right, what you want to do. So what happens is you do fire at -1 ballistic skill. So you can
BS4?
BS4 instead of. So here we go.
Odds? No.
Well, you have 2 shots though, so you get.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. So 1 hit. So it does have to hit the primary target there. And that's
5.
a wound. So let's see if he gets his 5 up cover save. That's a 1. So no. So that's another rebel destroyed. Anybody else shooting here? You do have the apothecary over there.
Range of.
The Apothecary has a bolt pistol, so he's got 12-inch range.
He might have range. We'll see. Let's measure.
No.
What about the one guy over here in the trees? Can you?
No.
No. All right. So we'll come back after the rebel movement. Rebel movement has been completed. So chaos, or the rebel there just moved up. We are using chaos cultist models to represent them, but they are just rebels. Over here, you have 3 rebels sitting out in that ruined vehicle there that made into a small bunker, and then 2 rebels that are hugging train over there for cover saves. So there's no psychic phase, so they're gonna come back with shooting. So that back rebel is actually eyeing up a shot down here at the tech marine. So we'll see what happens. Ballistic skill 3, so they need a 4. He misses. The front one is going to be doing this, targeting the same person. So again, ballistic skill 3 and misses. So these rebels aren't all that good. Coming over here, we're going to see if this rebel can target the ultramarine tactical command. Okay, so the ultramarine is in range of his auto pistol, so he's going to see if he rolls a hit. It's a hit, needing 5s. That's a wound. So the attack marine needs to make armor check or armor save here. That's fine. Takes it off the armor. So back here, we have 3 shots from the stubbers. They're just, the stubbers. They're just going to be targeting the tactical marine at first. And I should say the rebels are using auto guns, not stubbers. That's a different character. So here's first roll from the first one. Is not in snapfire. It hits. Let's see if it wounds. Nothing. So second one hits. See if it wounds. That's cocked. So I'll re-roll that. That's a wound. See what the Ultramarine can do to save. Cox, a re-roll. And he's fine. And the last one, same person, hits, and nothing. So we do have one last shot. All the way in the back corner, we'll have the Icarus las cannon with Skyfire, targeting the librarian. So it's only going to be snap firing, so only hitting on 6s. So let's see what happens. Nothing. Twin link though, and nothing. So that's the end of the rebel phase. So we'll come back after the Death Watch. Death Watch Marines here are advancing steadily. So some of them are still hugging cover after being shot at by the Icarus las cannon. You have the Tech Marine here that is eyeing up the 2 rebels over there. Definitely within melee charge range. So with that said, we're going to go into the Psychic phase. So how many dice, warp charges do you get? 3 plus 1, yeah, so 4 in total. So what are you going to attempt to cast?
I'm going to give Flame Breath a try.
Flame Breath. Alright. So,
yeah.
Let's see if you manifest it.
Use 2 dice again.
Yep.
1 goes off.
Okay, so they're going to put all 3 into denying it. And it is denied on a 6. So that does not go through. You do have 2 other dice to cast your other ability.
I'm going to go for Fiery Form.
Yeah. And it goes off.
No, it perils?
No, it doesn't peril. Unless it just
doubles.
Exactly. So he has Fiery Form that went off, so that's that. So let's go right into shoot phase and we'll see what happens. Sorry. So the Tech Marine here is going to target the rebel in the back, hugging the trees there, with his bolt pistol. So let's see what he gets. That is a 1, so that is a miss. So he does not get him. He can attempt to charge him in the assault phase, but we'll go on to who's next. Do you want to do the Apothecary next? Yeah. All right, Apothecary down there. Who's he going to be targeting?
Can he choose firing?
Let's see, the guy in the back.
I think the guy in the back should have range now.
Yes.
So, all right, here we go. And that is
5.
5, so it hits. Yeah. And no wound on the 2 there. Nice shot though. So going next is the Tactical Marine or the Librarian. It's up to you guys.
Librarian will go for the guy that's in the trees.
Okay, so Librarian's going for that rebel there. Let's see what happens. Hits. Let's see if he wounds him. And it's a wound. And cover save. Nothing.
Basic.
So he's fine. The Tactical Marine. So
I'm going to take the guy right in the middle there.
Okay. So here's the roll. So it hits. And it's a wound. So 4 plus cover save. And he makes it. No wounds there, so those guys hold up. Darren, do you want to try your tactical or tech marine assaulting the far rebel there? Sure. So that distance, all right. So we'll measure the distance and come back with the charge roll.
All right.
All right, so after measuring, the Tech Marine there needs a 9-inch charge to hit the back rebel, going around the other rebel there. So let's see what happens. Oh, close. So close. There is going to be an Overwatch pistol shot from the rebel, but on top of that, the other rebel in front, because they're so close, gets to also help with the Overwatch with the Heralds of Ruin rules. So the main one will be in red, and the second one that was not charged is black. So we need 6s and nothing. So that's the assault phase. So we'll come back after rebel movement. So end of rebel movement. So that cult or rebel there is moving quite close to the Tech Marine. We have another one coming around the crater there towards the librarian. These three are holding their ground in their defensible bunker. There's two more that just actually showed up in the cliff face back there that is in range to also target the librarian. That one is staying stationary to do some shooting, and that is it for the movements. No psychic phase, so we're gonna go right into their shooting. So first rebel here is gonna be targeting the Marine with his bolt pistol. Hits. Let's see if he wounds. Needs a 5, and it's 1. Nothing. So over here, this rebel here is gonna be targeting the Tech Marine, or the librarian. Misses. The guy behind the tree, same thing. Misses. And then over here, we're going to do these guys' primary shots. Primary shots are going to be going into the tactical movement, so we'll just see what happens. We'll go for the first one. Nothing. Middle one. Hits. See if it wounds. Need a 5. Nothing. And the last one misses as well. Then you have the two rebels in the cliffs back there. We're going to be shooting into the librarian here. They're only in range for 1 shot apiece. So first, it's a hit. Need a 5 to wound. Nothing. And then second guy misses. From the cliff back there, there's one guy in range, being that Tech Marine there. So the Icarus las cannon is, well, the sergeant back there is also going to attempt to shoot. Needing a 6, nothing, but it is twin linked. It is a hit. Needs a 2. It's a wound. So that Marine needs to take a cover save. So you need a roll die.
Ooh, I got shot at today.
Yeah. So need a 4 or higher. Nothing.
No.
So he is down.
Does he get his feel no pain?
It's double his strength, so he's not Eternal Warrior, so he's down. So no feel no pain this turn. So he's out of this combat. Does not mean he's dead, just means he's out of this combat at this point in time. So might as well remove that. And that is the shooting phase. So we're gonna now go into the assault phase. So going into the assault phase for the rebels, that rebel shot the Tech Marine that was in front of him, but was killed then by a las cannon. So he's gonna see if he can charge the apothecary. So he'll need to make a leadership test, which he fails. So he does not. Baltus here in the assault phase is going to be attempting to charge the librarian. So 7 inches. He is in, skirting the terrain. So you do get your overwatch first off. So with his bolt pistol, hitting on a 6. Oh no, that was close. So he's in. So he will have 3 attacks. He will need 4s because he does have paired weapons plus 1 attack base. And then on the charge, none of them hit. So the librarian gets to attack back, hitting on 3s. It hits. Wounding on 3s. No saves of any kind. Nothing. So that rebel is killed. Alright, so another one bites dust. So that's the end of that turn. And we will now come back after Death Watch kills strike team's move. So after losing the Tech Marine, the Death Watch have decided to stick to cover from the Icarus las cannon. They have set themselves up where they can still shoot at some of their targets over there to protect themselves, but have managed to stay out of line of sight of the las cannon, which is definitely to their advantage. So that's what the movement looks like, and we'll come back with shooting. Sorry, the librarian here still has a psychic phase. We're going to see how many warp charges he gets. That is a cocked die. So 2 in total. So what is he going to cast?
I'm just going to use 2 for Fiery Breath again.
Okay, let's see if it goes off. I'm assuming on the one guy. It
Yes.
does go off with 1, so they're going to use their 1 die to see if they cancel it, and they don't. They don't. It's 5, so
So we've got it. Yay.
awesome.
True.
So let's see if you can wound him. Here's the to wound. Oh, that's wounding on 2s, yeah. Because he's only toughness 3. So that rebel there was burned out of the forest. Trees might be on fire, but you know I don't want to set my train on fire for the realistic effect and to lose them. So we'll go into shooting phase. Alright, so the Apothecary here, who has the Grenadier special rule from the campaign, is going to be throwing a frag grenade into those rebels there. The big thing is it's 12 inches away, yes, but with Grenadier you increase your grenade throwing range by 4 inches. So it's placed over the center guy's head, so we gotta roll scatter die first. So 2d6 plus the scatter die, and we'll see where it goes. So it's, what's his ballistic skill? 5, right? So it's going
3 inches.
3 inches on a backwards angle. So let's see where it lands.
This way.
Just like that, yeah.
And we're gonna say that.
He's still hitting 1. So, so you need a 4+ to wound him. 5, that's a wound. So here's his save. He does get his save with on a 4+. Nice try. Okay, who's next?
Arius is going to do rapid fire.
Okay. Are you going to be doing the suppressing fire special
I'm going to
rule?
do suppressing fire and try and hit 2 of them.
Okay, so he will be at -1 ballistic skill, but let's see if he can hit.
First shot.
Yeah. So hits with 1 so far.
Second shot.
Yeah. Hits with them both. So, suppressing fire, the primary target is the center guy, but he does get to choose another target within 3 inches. So let's roll the wound on the center guy there. It is a wound, so 4+ cover save. He saves it. Where do you want the next one to go?
On this guy right here.
Okay, so on the back guy there. And
1.
nothing, so they're fine there. You do have the librarian. He does have a bolt pistol. I don't know if that rebel over there is in range or not, but we can measure and check. So let's see, 12 inches. No, he's out. So that's their movement phase. Everybody is out of. Well, you can assault. You guys do have assault here, just like regular movement. It's not. -2 to your roll is just, if you're going through difficult terrain, it's just half movement. So they would be fighting through a barrier if they did want to attempt it.
I think it's wise just to stay where we are.
Okay, sounds good. So the Death Watch are going to stay where they are. So we're going to go into the Rebels movement. So there's a very simple Rebel movement phase. So this Rebel is moving across the crater. So 3-inch movement going through the terrain and towards the Apothecary. And that is it at this time. Everybody's either hiding or holding behind cover for better shots. So no psychic phase, so we're going to go into shoot phase here, and the rebel is going to attempt to shoot the Apothecary, and he misses on a 3. So next, this will be quick. It's going to be shooting over here. Everybody's going to be targeting the Ultramarine there. So he is within rapid fire range, I believe, so we'll check and I'll come back. So all 3 rebels are in rapid fire range. So just starting from the left, going right, we're going to roll and rapid fire shots. So 1 cocked dice. Main target is the Ultramarine, tactical marine, I should say. Next one, nothing as well. And lastly, we got 1 hit. All right, 2 hits, 6 and a 5 there. So let's see if they do any wounds, and nothing. So that's that. Then you have 2 more shots. One's going to be going into the Apothecary, so right here from the far rebels. That's a hit. You need a 5 to wound and nothing. And the next one will be going into the attack, and it's a miss. That is the shooting phase. So let's go into the assault phase. So we have this here rebel, and that will be charging into that Apothecary. 4 inches, that does not get him the charge, but you do get to overwatch, so you get to roll 1 die because you're using a bolt pistol. On a 6, you hit him. That's a 6. Now you need to roll 3 to wound. That's a wound. So he gets 5+ cover save, and he's killed. So that's another rebel dead. So we'll come back after the Death Watch movement. Let's see where they go. Death Watch are hugging the trees here, tactically moving forward, attempting to get the destroy the gun emplacement there, hoping that with destroying it they'll be able to set up a landing zone for reinforcements later. So they are closer to those rebels, which are going to be quaking in their boots. And then we'll come back with Psychic Phase.
I'm just going to manifest my charges.
Yeah, so let's see how many warp charges the librarian gets. So he gets two.
Again.
That's something.
And 2 for fiery form.
Yep. So it goes off. So they can't even stop it, so it goes off freely. Shooting phase. Let's jump right into that. Who wants to shoot first?
Tactical Marine will rapid fire into the guys in the bunker again.
All right, Tactical Marine there.
And he's going to do suppressing fire again.
All right, let's see what happens.
First shot.
Yeah, it goes off. Second shot. They both hit. So primary shot, 1 versus the center Tactical Marine. That was a lovely arm that I saw there in that picture. It was great.
I love that.
Yeah, you should be a model with that. No, nothing against primary. Next. Okay, there's a wound. So let's see, 4+ cover. Oh, they make it once again. Their cover saves are outstanding. These guys have bunkered down. Okay, you got a couple of bolt pistol shots here that might be in range. Well, should be in range of cultists somewhere.
All right, let's get the librarian with the this guy.
Okay, so where is it? Hits. Nothing.
There.
Darren, you have your apothecary there.
Let's just measure
Oh,
this
yeah.
up. Yeah,
You got
okay.
it.
Get a grenade again.
We're gonna grenade it.
All right, frag grenades. Roll to scatter. Just roll somewhere close to here. So
Oh, I got one. Thank you.
just roll close to that area there so we can see. Oh, back.
That's
What is it? Two
2
inches.
inches.
2 inches.
So
back.
which guy were you aiming at?
The center guy
One
there.
center again.
So
Probably going to be
Big is
nothing.
this?
no, the hole over his head, right?
Let's see.
So it goes back.
It's,
Oh no, it still hits
Still
him.
gonna
you
get
think so?
Yeah, it still hits his base. Yeah, it still hits his base, so he gets him.
All right.
So should. So all right. So roll on a 4. You wound.
Thank you, sirs. There
And
it
it's
is.
a wound. There it is. Let's see. Let's see if you can weather the storm. Ah, they do weather the storm for another round. I'm assuming no assault phases from these Marines here. All right.
no on the charge.
Yeah, they want to stick to cover. All right, so we'll come back after Rebels movement. So Rebel movement, that was Rebel movement. That was very fast. Nobody moved. Everybody's hiding, and so we'll go right into shooting here. So we're gonna do the rapid fire here on the librarian this time, because he's sort of 3 inches within each. So starting from those rebels there, left to right, we'll start off with 2 shots. Okay, so 1 hit, so it has to be on the librarian, and it's not a wound. So we'll go to the center guy now. Nothing. And then the last guy, 1 hit, and nothing. So no shooting there. So one shot on the from the 2 rebels in the back on the Ultramarine first. So first one hits with a 5 and wounds. Ultramarines need to make a save. It's good. Next one does not hit. So that's all the shooting. No assault phase for the rebels. We'll come back after the Death Watch. Continue the movement towards the gun emplacement. Death Watch have finished their movement. Librarian is skirting the edge of cover, having a couple of those rebels in range for his Flame Template Psychic Power, Flame Breath. Those 2 Marines there, the Tactical Marine and the Apothecary, have cover from the gun emplacement there, and are slowly making their way up. So we'll go into the Psychic phase. Let's see how many warp charges the Librarian gets. So 2 plus 1, so 3. All right, what are you going to attempt to manifest?
I'm going to use 2 again for... Actually, no, let's go all 3 for Flame Breath.
All right, let's see what happens. 1 goes off on 1. They have 2. Let's see if they can cancel it. And they do. That there is the 6. So Flame Breath does not go off. Shooting phase. Anybody going to be shooting? I know there are some guys in range here, so let's see what happens. Also, just so you know, they have moved within 12 inches of that rebel back there hiding behind the tree, and now have line of sight on him as well. He is armed with the flamer, so he's no longer hiding. So the apothecary, with that rebel that has now poked his head out there and came out from hiding, is going to be shot at with a bolt pistol. So here we go, roll. Ah, he misses. So next we have librarian or tactical marine.
Tactical Marine will rapid fire, and he's going to
Target the center guy again.
target center.
All right, let's see what happens.
Do both shots.
Yeah. 1 hit.
1 hit.
So it has to be on the primary center guy back there. And it's a wound. Let's see if they can kill him. 4 up. And I even changed dice, and they still make it. All right.
And
Librarian.
pistol shot.
All right, here we go. Hits. It's wounds. And they make it. Sorry, guys. My dice like 4s for whatever
I
reason.
think we just need to leave these guys alone.
All right.
No.
So, any assaults? Are you assaulting them? You
Yes,
The librarian is going to assault him because he's pissed off. He can't land anything.
I'm mooning them right now. Flipping
Oh,
the bird. I'm
flipping the
pretty
bird.
upset.
All right, so librarian. All right, so they're gonna Who are you charging first?
I'm charging the guy right in the middle.
Okay, so they are able to make counter charges towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that will be nothing much. So they're gonna all overwatch. So I'll roll this twice because there's 6 shots. So 1 hit so far. Needing 6s. So let's see if we get any more. And nothing else. So just 1. So on a 5, and it's 1. So roll your charge range. And 5 inches. That might get into base contact fighting through the barrier there. Let's see what happens. 5 inches. Oh, you're up to it. So you're good. All right. So we'll come back, see what happens. Okay, so that one rebel there has been assaulted by the librarian. The other 2 are going to attempt to countercharge. So what happens is the rule is if you have friendly models within 3 inches of the person that is charged, they can make a leadership test on their leadership, and if they pass, they get to countercharge the charging model. So leadership is 7. That's 5, so he makes it. Double 1s, so they both get to countercharge in. So they're just going to come up this way. All right, so you have the higher initiative.
Initiative 5.
So
Weapon skill 5.
yeah. So go ahead and roll, see what happens. Both hits. Let's see, wounds. Both are dead. Well, 2 out of 3. So the 1's gonna attack back and misses on the 1. So librarian is locked into combat, so he is safe from the las cannon. So we'll just move this guy over and go from there. Actually, he needs to make a leadership test, see if he flees. So that's failure. So initiative test, see if you catch him. So you catch him. He's dead.
Sweeping advance.
Yeah.
Toast.
Consolidation for the librarian.
2d6.
1d6.
Sorry.
1d6. 4 inches. So wherever you want to move. Back to cover.
Jump into the bunker.
Well, if you jumped into bunker,
Can you
you
only
get
move 4? You're gonna get shot at.
if you jump
Yeah.
into the bunker, you get a 4+ cover save. But if you go to ground, it becomes a 3+.
That is true.
So it's
Yeah, I don't think
really
I'm gonna get back there, so I'm just gonna hop over the edge.
all right and
And
get as
if
close
you-
as you can. I would get it as
If
close
you're
as you can.
there, I can't see you through that tree.
Okay, sounds great. So that's the end of the turn. So we're gonna go into Rebels movement phase. Rebel movement has concluded. So that Rebel Flamer, yes, he is a Flamer, has decided to come out and target the apothecary with the flame template. So let's see if it wounds. And it does not wound, so nothing happens there. That was the shooting phase. The las cannon, actually, before we continue, is going to attempt to snap fire into the librarian in the bunker over there. Twin links. Nothing, so the librarian's safe. So, oh, sorry, I forgot the guys at the back. They're going to be shooting into the apothecary, one shot each. So first one hits. Let's see if it wounds. Nothing on a 1. Next guy does not hit. So that's that from their go. And we'll come back after Death Watch movement. So Death Watch have moved up. They're closer to their objective now. Tactical Marine and Apothecary there. Librarian over there. So we're going to go into the Psychic phase, see how many warp charges the Librarian gets, and see what he's going to manifest. So here's the roll. 2.
3 this time.
Yeah. And ready to try it
Fiery
this time.
Form, I'm just going to use... I might as well use all 3.
Yeah. Goes off with 2. Let's see if they can cancel it. And they do not. They get only 1. So he has Fiery Form. All right, into the shoot phase. Who do you want to start with, guys?
So do you want to run?
No, you're going to take the shot.
All right. I'm going to rapid fire at the Flamer.
The Flamer. Okay, so Tactical Marine is rapid firing at the Flamer.
That's
Both
2.
hits. So 3s to wound.
That's 1 wound.
1 wound. Let's see if he gets 5+ cover save. And it's a 4. So he is removed. Flamer has been destroyed. So you're going to run, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Run.
So you have an inch to get out, which means you have 5 inches left afterwards. Running in the Herald of Ruin campaign rules is actually a full 6 inches. You don't actually have to roll. But any difficult terrain you go through halves that movement, just like regular movement phase. So he's coming up that way. Next turn, he's just gonna probably be in range actually for that there. Librarian, bolter,
Yeah, bolt pistol.
bolt pistol into one of those rebels over there. So it hits. 3+ wounds. It's a wound, and he's dead. All right, another one's down. So that's that in the shoot phase. You have no assault phase. The apothecary can't assault because it ran, and that's the end of this phase. So we'll come back after rebel move. Rebels have now moved. They didn't actually really move, but they came out of hiding, so those 2 are now visible to the apothecary. So the back 2 here have also decided to stand up now they're going to start shooting their targets. And then you have the Icarus Las cannon with the rebel leader there. So that was their movement phase. Even the rebel over there did not move. He's just going to start opening up some rapid fire shots on the librarian. So there's no psychic phase, so we're going to go right into shooting. So we'll start off with that one. He's going to be doing rapid fire on the librarian. So no hits. So that's that. These guys here. First guy is going to do rapid fire onto the apothecary. Both hits. Let's see if we wound. 1 wound on the apothecary. So 3+. He makes it fine. Well, minus the dice knocking him over and breaking his legs. Yeah. Next guy's next rebel. Exact same thing. Both hit. So let's see if we wound. 1 wound. So 1 die. Oh, it's safe. Then next one there is gonna attack him. Oh, sorry. It's not within rapid fire range, so we'll reroll that. So 1 hit, needing a 5 to wound, no wounds. Now we have the heavy stubber, 3 shots, 2 hits, and 1 wound. So let's see what happens. And he makes them. Apothecary for the win. Icarus Las cannon. They do not like the fact that Apothecary is there. So
I believe he's in cover.
he'll get cover because it has to shoot through the trees there. You're right. So it does not hit. Needing 6s. There is a hit, but it does nothing with that 1 roll. So the Apothecary is saved. All right. So that's their phase there. Let's come back after Death Watch move. So, movement phase has concluded. Apothecary is rushing up towards the gun line here, eyeballing either throwing a grenade at that Twin Link Icarus cannon, or assaulting / shooting those rebels. Tactical Marine is in range for rapid fire, and Librarian is coming up behind after taking out some of those guys. So, let's go into the Psychic phase. Let's see how many warp dice this Librarian gets. So he gets 3 in total. Okay.
Use all 3 for Fiery Form again.
Fiery Form, yeah.
And I think he's within 3 inches, so he's going to get the benefit.
Yeah.
And
that goes through, so they can't stop it. So what Ian was mentioning was that if there's an ability that affects a unit and it says, target unit gets whatever, what happens is to represent a range of that, say, unit. It's the main target gets it, then everybody else that's friendly within 3 inches of that target will also receive it. So Fiery Form gives you the invulnerable save, correct? 4 up. And so everybody within 3 inches of that Librarian will get that bonus as well. So let's go into shooting phase. Where do you guys want to start?
So Darren, do you have range for your grenade?
No, he's just out of range.
I gotta get on the platform.
I believe.
Are you going to run or are you going to shoot those guys?
I think can you take him or no?
If you shot 1, or charged 1, I should say, that will get you on the platform for next turn. So.
But if Ian can take any of them out.
Starting off the shooting phase, the Librarian just has this one rebel right there in range for shooting. So Ian's gonna roll. Hits. And it's a wound. So 4+. 5. Not killed. Alright, so next I believe the Tactical Marine is going to attempt to rapid fire. Okay. Go ahead. Both hits. Bam!
Here's 1 and 1.
Yeah, so he is doing suppressing fire, and even with that, he only needed 3s because he's ballistic. So 1 wound. So that has to be on the primary one first. So here's save. Nothing. So 1 is down. So next, Apothecary. Is he gonna attempt to shoot, or is he just gonna charge the one guy? You could shoot.
Charge it.
Okay, so you could shoot him and attempt to kill him, or you could charge him, and that will get you up for your next turn, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, so you're going to charge instead?
Yeah.
Okay, so into the charge assault phase. So Apothecary here is going to attempt to charge.
Overwatch.
The Overwatch from the Rebel there. So two hits, needing 6s. 1 does hit, so needing a 5, and that's a 2, so nothing. So charge range, go ahead. Oh, you're definitely in. 6 inches. Or 12 inches in total. He's in. So he's up and in. Okay, so you have the higher initiative. You also have paired weapons. So that's 3 attacks. So you need 3s to hit. So 1 hit. Let's see what happens. That's cocked. That's a wound. That is a save. Nothing. You guys are locked into combat. So, that is what it looks like after the Death Watch movement phase and turn. Okay, just as a note, the Apothecary is actually White Scars, and with that being said, as choosing that chapter, he actually gets hit and run. So he's going to make his leadership test, and or is it initiative test? Initiative test, and see if he can escape that combat. So here's the roll for the hit and run. Let's see what happens. So he does get to roll 3d6 and pick a point and move towards that point. So wherever you want to move your guy to. So you could say like, that point over there or something like that, wherever you want.
That was a move you've already.
Yeah, so that guy will just put back up there, and we'll wait and see where you move to. Okay.
Head over here.
Yeah.
Get real close.
Yeah.
Okay. And I
All right,
roll
3d6. So 3. Yeah. Let's see what happens. This is the distance that you get to move. So 5 inches towards that point. So that should get you to where you want it to be. Oh yeah. So right up there. So that's the hit and run of the Apothecary. So we'll come back after Evil's movement. All right, so after doing the hit and run, we rearranged our movement and put everybody back where they were, just to go back to the beginning of the movement phase for the rebels. So those two guys stay there. He went over towards an inch, and so that is their movement phase. They're now going to do shooting. So he's not going to shoot because he's going to attempt to charge the Marine. These two up here, though, will be shooting down into those two. So first off, I'll do the that Rebel shooting Tactical Marine and misses with a 2. Next guy, Heavy Stubber. 3. So all hits. 2. Into the Tactical Marine there. Yep. Oh, he is down. Oh yeah, he's down. He doesn't have Feel No Pain because the Apothecary is way out of range. Tactical Marine is down. Let's see what happens. So charge phase for this this guy here. You get to shoot one shot at him, hitting on a 6. He is charging you.
Done.
That's his charge range. He's in. So he has 2 attacks. Both ones, so both fail. You get to attack him first. Obviously, I should have thought of that. But so 1 hit. So roll 3+. 1 wound, and he's dead. Okay, that ends the Rebel turn. So let's come back after Death Watch's move. Death Watch are down to 2 members now. We have the Librarian over there running up, but unfortunately is not in range to shoot at any of those rebels. And the Apothecary is over here eyeing up either the gun emplacement or the leader. So we'll come back with Psychic Phase. See what happens. 1. So Librarian gets 2 warp charges.
2 for Fiery Form.
Yeah. Goes off, so they're going to attempt to deny it, and they don't. Alright, shooting phase. Only one person's in range, and that is the Apothecary. What are you going to do, Darren?
I'm going to take a shot at him.
At the leader there?
Yes, please.
Okay, so with a bolt pistol or your crack grenade? That's up to you. You can save your crack grenade. Well, crack grenade's going to wound more, so it will wound on a 2. No, because of your position, no cover save or armor save allowed. And then your bolt pistol will wound on a 3. So you have a better chance to wound with the crack. But those are...
Come back on me.
Well, I would just use
You're close enough, it's probably not going to...
Well, it's not an area effect like that. No, those are frag grenades. Okay. So yeah, I would say crack grenade is probably your best for wounding. Yeah.
You got 2.
Just throw 1.
One at
so
a time?
one. Just one. You can only do that 1 at a time. Or once per round.
Going off.
It hits. So now you need to roll the wound. 2 or better. And it's a 1. It does not wound, so that's the end of that phase. Now, you are in range. You can assault him.
Oh, I'm going to run as well.
Okay, you're going to run. So the Librarian's going to run in the shoot phase. So let's start that then. So 6 inches. Again, that's due to the fact. Okay, just up to there. All right, Darren, are you assaulting the
let's assault,
war leader?
I'm feeling
Okay.
desperate.
So he's going to attempt to shoot you.
Okay.
He misses with the 3, so that was Overwatch. So roll your charge range. You are in 6 inches. Look at that. So you're up.
Are you feeling it?
He probably will be here in a second. All right. So, Darren, you have higher initiative. 3 attacks. Let's see what you get. All
Nice.
3 hits. No, they all hit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
you only need 3s. So, next. 3s again. All 3 wounds. Let's see if he can make 3 5-up saves. No and no. He is very dead. That is their leader for this game. So roll a d6 for consolidation. That is 4 inches. Where do you want to move?
To cover?
Yeah, might as well.
Go behind.
Go behind it. Yeah. Pretty
Sake
smart
of
move.
argument.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll come back after rebel movement. So, movement of the rebels there. So, one guy is eyeing up the Apothecary. He did move. And the heavy stubber, which is a heavy gun, has now moved into a position where he can get line of sight on the librarian. No psychic phase. We are going to go into shooting phase. So we'll start off with the rebel there on the apothecary. No hits, double ones. So he's safe. And he can't assault. So now we're going to do the heavy stubber on the librarian there. So let's see what happens. Drop the die. So nothing so far. Reroll one of those, needing 6s because he moved, and nothing at all. So nothing happened this shooting phase. No assaults. So we'll come back after the Death Watch. Alright, so Apothecary moved up towards the rebel there. Librarian is now in bolt pistol range as well as assault range on the heavy stubber there. If these guys are killed off, they will control that Icarus Las Cannon instead of destroying it, and that will be the end of mission 1. So they are choosing to keep it around but control it. Let's see if it happens. Coming back with Psychic Phase. Okay, set warp charges for Librarian. He's getting 3 this turn.
Okay, I'm going to use all 3 for Flame Breath.
Flame Breath on the heavy stubber. Yep. It goes on.
Perils.
It perils. Librarian perils. Let's see what happens. Roll away.
Okay.
So here's the roll for the perils. So 5.
5.
That's
so
probably one of the.
Empiric feedback. So I take a wound with no save.
Oh, well, he's. Well,
Oh no, I have to take a leadership test. Sorry.
and then take a wound.
And you pass it.
If you pass your leadership, no wound. It's probably the best roll for that besides 6. 6 is good. So leadership, 10. So let's see. Oh, he's fine. No wounds. But the power does go off and they can't stop it. So, yeah, you hit him.
He's in it, so yeah.
So, here we go. No cover, no armor, no nothing. And he's dead, wounding with a 5. So that heavy stubber is gone. Next, Apothecary here is going to take a shot with his bolt pistol, just one, at the rebel. So here we go. He hits on a 6. All right, let's see if he rolls to wound. And he does not wound with a 1. All right, so that was the shoot phase. Let's go into the assault phase. The Apothecary, I think, is wanting to charge.
Yes.
So the rebel will overwatch. So 1 hit.
You take a shot.
And that's caught, so I'll re-roll that. No wounds. So he gets in. Roll your charge range. He is in the inch that he was away. So those guys are in combat. Alright, so you have the higher initiative, so you have 3 attacks on the charge. Let's see how many hits you get.
3 6s.
Oh, you got 2 hits, so roll the 2 dice. Needing 3s to wound. And 2 wounds. Let's see if you kill him. And he makes them both. You guys are locked into combat. So that is the end of the Death Watch kill team's turn. And we'll come right back for the combat. Let's just get into it now. So you have the higher initiative. Roll 2 dice. Okay, so 2 hits, 3 and a 4. So you need 3s to wound. 2 wounds. Here we go. And he's dead. He's killed. So the Apothecary has killed off the last rebel. They have then secured the Icarus Las Cannon, bringing this objective and mission to completion. It is a Death Watch victory. So we'll come back to see what happened to the other 2 characters and requisition points. So, mission is over. Death Watch success. But there was 2 casualties during this mission. So we're going to now roll to see what happens on the campaign chart for their injuries. So we're going to roll first for the Tech Marine here and see what happens to him. So go ahead, Darren, and roll away for your character. So you rolled a 6. So full recovery. He is fully back to normal for the next mission. All right, so next we have the Tactical Marine here. Let's see, Ian, if
don't die.
he rolled a 2, so he's beaten up. You need to roll a d6 again. And 5. So Wounded Pride. During next game, the model loses any inspiring presence special rule it has and reduces his leadership by 2. So He's back to leadership 8 with no inspiring presence for a tactical marine. That isn't good. So we'll come back with requisition points for everybody. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Everybody here has earned 6 requisition points, all 4 of the Marines. They're going to be able to spend that to modify their characters before the next game. Thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed and continue watching for more Battle of Rophanon campaigns.